June 1st, Desmond, Doss. Welcome to 365 Christian Men, where every day we aim to inspire and encourage with real-life stories about men. Desmond Doss was a corporal in the United States Army, serving as a combat medic in World War II. In 1945, during a battle on the Japanese island of Okinawa, there were at least 75 fellow soldiers wounded, but Desmond Doss remained engaged, the only medic on the battlefield. During his training, Desmond had learned a special double bowline knot, and he used it during the battle to lower the wounded soldiers from the ridge where they were fighting. His pledge was that no soldier would be left in enemy hands. Here is his story.
In the heat of a battle, sometimes the best weapon is faith in action. As the battle raged several hundred feet above the location where wounded soldiers could receive medical treatment, at the edge of a 400-foot-high, jagged Okinawan cliff, Desmond Doss tied a rope around a strong tree stump. He worked to secure the knots until his hands bled. Corporal Doss signaled instructions and lowered another injured soldier into the arms of safety. After rescuing each of the wounded soldiers on what might have been the most physically and spiritually exhausting day in Doss's life, Desmond would pray, "Lord, help me get one more, just one more." Then, ignoring the constant spray of gunfire and the rising smoke of exploding grenades all around him, Doss focused on the soldier's creed: "I will never leave a fallen comrade." Psalm 27, 1-3 tells us, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. He protects me from danger. Whom shall I fear? When evil men come to destroy me, they will stumble and fall. Yes, though a mighty army marches against me, my heart shall know no fear. I am confident that God will save me." He dedicated the hours ahead to this routine. While the horrific sights and smells of bloody combat continued, Doss relentlessly pressed on in his mission and saved as many lives as possible, while because of his personal faith and convictions, he remained totally unarmed with any kind of conventional weapon. The lone medic's 150-pound frame was exhausted. His hands and uniform were covered in blood, and his mind was shocked at the magnitude of unthinkable atrocities surrounding him. Yet somehow, with each victorious drop of another wounded friend over the cliff, Desmond found his strength renewed. "One more, Lord. Please help me get one more." He breathed into the hell on earth surrounding him, and he tucked behind a rock formation to catch his breath. Suddenly, a grenade exploded nearby. Around him, the earth shook, and dirt and debris rained down on his head. Doss grabbed the Bible that was faithfully stowed in his shirt pocket. Astounded at how God had miraculously protected him, Doss stood, yanked his right boot out from where it had sunk into the deep Japanese mud, and he set his sights on the next life to save. As machine gun bullets fired overhead, the medic dragged another survivor carefully through the chaos until they arrived at the stump at the cliff's edge. Desmond quickly secured the rope around the soldier. The wounded man stuck out his muddy hand, and the medic gripped it and shook it. Then Doss tightened his bloody grip on the rope and gently pushed the wounded brother over the edge of the cliff. Then, with all his strength, Desmond lowered another soldier to safety. 5 months later, on October 12, 1945, President Harry S. Truman presented Corporal Desmond Thomas Doss with the Congressional Medal of Honor for unprecedented heroism displayed on that day during his service in World War II. His selfless acts saved the lives of at least 75 men during a single battle, and his courage irrefutably shaped the outcome of numerous other battles. During the ceremony, President Truman honored a very humble Desmond Doss with the remarkable words, I'm proud of you. You really deserve this. I consider this a greater honor than being president. Is there a battle in your life where it feels like the odds are totally stacked against you? Is it possible God is calling you in the midst of your battle to persevere? Will you trust God and fight the good fight with your faith? In the heat of a battle, sometimes the greatest weapon is faith in action.
Thank you for listening to today's story. Every day of the year, our hope is to inspire you with real-life stories of faithful men who have gone before us. Hebrews 12:1 says, "Therefore, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin that so easily ensnares us. Let us run with endurance the race that is set before us." Join us tomorrow for another story at 365christianmen.com.